Hi everyone, welcome back to the part 3 of MuleSoft Divergent series. My name is Prashant Gunza. I'm currently working as a MuleSoft architect. So in this session, we are going to see how we can use the MuleSoft Divergent for designing our API. So creating a API specification, and I'm going to create that in the RAML. So I'm here at that ACB point, right? Once you click this ACB section, you'll see an option like this. So let's first go to the design and API. And we are going to take one use case where we are going to create an API for for a movie streaming API, right? So I'll name it as movie streaming REST API, something like this. Then this will be a REST API. I'll change it to RAML 1.0 and I'll select the business group, uh, you know, from my business, and I'll create the project. Okay, so once it is created, you should see two files: Exchange file for the deployment related activities and movie streaming REST API RAML file. Okay, so I'll quickly go ahead on the right hand side and click this Open MuleSoft Agent, and we are going to execute one use case. So before executing, I'll explain you what that use case is all about. So this is the prompt which I'm going to use. So we are going to create a streaming API. So this is the prompt. So the streaming platform, which is something like Netflix and Amazon Prime, requires a unified solution to manage the addition of movies. So the platform admin should be able to submit a single request containing the movie details and the customer information, that is the content owner. And these are few of the conditions for this. This is my business requirement, a kind of simple business requirement. And I need to add few other addition to this requirement. So something like validations, right? So the first one is for new movies, right? Whatever the request we are receiving, the system should store movie details in the cloud. That is, it should store the movie details for which are received for Netflix. It should store in MySQL database, and for Amazon Prime, it should store that in Amazon DynamoDB. And after the movie is added, email should also be sent to admin summarizing the operation status. So these are the two conditions which I want to execute, and this is my business requirement. Okay, so I'll just quickly copy paste this prompt in my dev agent. Okay, and I'll change it to plan mode. Let's see how it behaves here. And once you execute that, right, you should see the API request it is making. You know, and this is the response I'm getting from that user. So dev agent, so the user want me to create a unified solution for this, right? The system need to handle movie details, Netflix addition. Okay, these are the conditions which I've added. I can see there are two files in the current directory. So wherever I'm asking this thing, right, I've opened my project and then I'm asking him the request. I'm requesting him for something, right? So he's saying that I can see there are two files, which are this one, streaming and exchange. Since I'm in plan mode, I should first examine these existing files to understand current state of project before creating a file. Let me read both files to understand what's already been set up, right? So he's going to read both the files to see what is there. I need to examine the existing file to understand the project structure and then create a comprehensive plan for the unified management solution, right? So he's just reading the file now, which is this REST API file, and we have provided the read enable option here already, right? If it is not enabled, he should have asked me the permission before reading this file. And he has read the file, and he's saying that I can see the RAML file just contain the basic title. Now examining the exchange file, he's reading the exchange, and now I have a good understanding of the project structure. Let me ask few clarification. So he has some questions, right? He is asking me that questions now. So what technology stack would you prefer for the backend implementation? Java, these kind of things. For email notification system, do you want a preferred email service provider? Should the system automatically determine which database to use? What specific movie details should be captured, right? It has few questions which he is asking the owner, like basically me, like who is requesting that prompt for him, right? So what I would say that I have few options. I'll provide all technical references, use industry standards, choices, and proceed. Focus on API design first, then implementation details. Okay, so he's asking few details which he needs for the implementation part, right? These are the implementation details which he needs. But for now, I'm just focusing on the RAML part. So for that reason, I'll just select third one, that just focus on the API design first. Implementation, we'll see it afterwards. So he's making a request to the backend LLM with all that details, and he has created one particular details, right? So it has all that things which he wanted to execute, and he will give me a list of details, which he's going to execute. So let's wait for this to complete, and then we'll see the accuracy of RAML file which he has created. Okay, so okay, which aspect would you like me to focus first, the detailed API specification, or would you like to prefer to see a specific technology stack recommendation for the backend implementation? So I would like to see only the RAML API specification, right? So maybe I'll paste this thing to him. So he's one level ahead of us, right? Instead of just RAML, he's just thinking of creating that API as well, which is a quite good thing for us. Okay, he's providing few other details. And now, see, would you like me to proceed with the creating the comprehensive RAML? Once you are satisfied with the API design, you can toggle this to act mode, right? Here I can just toggle it to act mode and that will be done. Okay, so I recommend to just go ahead and see what all things he has given and what all activities he's going to do, before doing the toggle. So for now, I'll just make it as act, and he will now start building it. All right. So he has started building that thing. If you see on the right hand side, we are seeing something getting adding something is getting adding in the file, and this is the updated file which he's doing by himself. Left side is the one which is there in our local, which has nothing, just a title. And once this is done, he will add the thing in our RAML file. So from right side, it will go to left side. Okay. So if you see the level of the content of RAML, right? It's just going beyond 100 lines. Okay, all right, it's done. So now this is the RAML which he has created, right? If you see, the total number of lines is something around 570. Okay, with just a single, with just 4 lines of business related details. Okay, so he's also creating one more file, which is app.js file, to just read and just run this particular RAML file, but that is not something which we need as of now. But you can see the prompts here, whatever he's thinking, right? So perfect. Now I'll implement the comprehensive RAML for the unified. So he has created the RAML. Now excellent, I have successfully created RAML for this thing. Now let me create a sample backend implementation to demonstrate how this API works. Would work with both Netflix and Amazon Prime database, right? So he's just creating, I think, which technology stack? It's app.js. Okay, so JavaScript code he's just creating, some code by which we can create to connect to the backend. Okay, so maybe for some reason I'd just cancel it, or it's already done. It's already done, right? So let me you know let me not cancel that as of now. Okay, so I'll just cancel it for now. He's still executing few commands, but as of now we just need a RAML file. So this is the RAML which he has created. I'll quickly show you the accuracy of that RAML file, right? So going from the endpoint, okay, what is our business requirement? It is just to add a new movie. Okay, just add a new movie and 2 more conditions, right? So he has created a movies endpoint with a post method, and that method will have a body as an application JSON, and that the request is of type movie request. So if you go to the movie request object, right, it has all the required details. So it has assumed that whatever the JSON the content owner is going to submit to this particular API will have the content something related to this, right? So he has assumed something which is quite relatable, right? Something like, the first one is platform, which platform we want this movie to be added. Then we have movie name, right? This is a type of movie. Then the content owner, who is the content owner, which is also a type of content owner, a separate content type, and the admin email. So it is a type of string, and admin can send an email as well in which he want to receive the notification, right? So now let me go to the platform. So platform type, right? So we have only 2 types as of now. Type is string, enum is Netflix and Amazon Prime. This is one of the platform type. And now going to the movie object. So this is the movie object. Okay, let me quickly, just to avoid confusion, right? So we are now going to the movie object. And in movie object, it has added all the required details, whatever is needed for this movie. Okay, something like movie should have a title, like which movie it is. Then it should also have a genre. Then it should have a duration, what is the length of that movie, right? Release date, description of the movie, the rating, the language, and director, cast, right? These all details. Okay, so these are the details which he has assumed, okay, which is quite relatable. If you remember, right, we can, this is that detail which we need, right? We can also remove any details, or if we want, we can add any details as well here, right, based on our business requirement. Okay, so this is one of the object which he has created. Then content owner object as well, he has created the name, the email, or which company it is, then the contact number of the content owner, and the movie request type, right? This will be a JSON request type. Then the movie response type, what would be the response type of that, if the customer has sent a request, what kind of response will be receiving, right? The error response as well, okay, it is a type of object. Then property should have a field as error, which should show what kind of error it is. It should also give the message, what time it occurred, what is the request ID of that error, or something like transaction ID of that error, or something like this, right? And movie list response, so this is the response, the type of response which the content owner would receive. Okay, along with that, so our requirement is just to add the movie, right? So he's just going beyond that, right? What he's thinking, if you are adding the movie, there might be a chances of updating the movie or getting the movie, right? Fetching a movie based on some criteria, right? So he has added a movie ID as a URI parameter, and there he has added one endpoint as get, one update, one endpoint as a put to update, and one endpoint as a delete to delete the movie, right? If required. Okay, so in get he has added something like get the movie details. Okay, get all the movie details, right? Based on the movie ID. Okay, then if you want to update the movie, then we can use the put operation by passing the movie ID in the URI parameter. And if you want to delete it, you can delete that movie from that particular backend system as well. Okay, so the point here is, with just a 3 to 4 lines of code, right, with just 3 to 4 lines of prompt, he has written, or he has given a quite good accurate RAML file for us. Okay, that's what is I wanted to showcase it to all of you, right? And we can also remove anything, right? If you want to see, now we have a delete operation as well. Okay, now let's say if we don't want the delete operation, so what I can say is, please remove the delete operation. Okay, and once I request him to delete the operation, he's going to delete that operation as well. Okay, that endpoint will then be removed from the RAML file. Okay, so if you see, on the right hand side he has removed it, and on the left hand side you can see the updated RAML where we don't have the delete endpoint now. Okay, and at some point if you see that this is not correct, right, like maybe if you think that I should have not deleted this because we need that deleted operation. Okay, so in that case what you can do is you can go back to that same point and revert back your code. Okay, that thing also we have it. So in that case, you just have to go just before your delete operation. And here in this below your delete operation, right, you have a checkpoint option where you have compare and restore, right? So you can click compare, and in this compare you'll see that what is that which was available first and what is that which is not available now. Okay, so we can clearly see that the red line which is delete operation is now removed. And if you want that we have to restore it, so just go ahead and restore, either restore files, restore only tasks, or restore files and tasks. So I'll just click this files and tasks, and it will restore everything. Sorry, it will restore that delete operation for you. Okay, so if you refresh this file, right, you should see that delete operation right here again, right, like this. Okay.